Hey friends, welcome to the 71st episode of the Sunday Knitting Society podcast. My name is Chelsea and I'm a knitter in Oklahoma City. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Okay, hope you guys have had a good 2 weeks. I decided that this episode is going to be a little different because I'm not going to show any of my whips or FOs. This is just gonna be a flock recap. So, it's gonna be a long one. Also, if you can tell, I am sick right now. After 5 years of evading it, I finally got COVID, and it sucks. So I'm recording this on Saturday, the 16th. I just wanted to clarify because I know this makes a lot of people very anxious. I was not sick at flock. I had 0 symptoms. I would not have gone if I thought I was sick. I didn't develop symptoms until Tuesday. So my best guess is that I got something at the airport or on the airplane on the way home. Yeah, it sucks. It's not fun. I'm a little over 50% better at this point. I still sound bad and I still have some congestion, but I don't have a fever. I'm not like sniffling. My energy's back, which is great. Man, that fatigue was legit. I ended up taking 2 days off work and I would get up around 6 or 7, mostly because my dog would wake me up, and I wake up early anyway. And then like an hour later, I fall asleep and take a 2-hour nap on my couch. So it was just intense, but my energy's back. We're good to go. I'm going to do my best to edit out if I do cough or have to blow my nose or anything like that, I will edit that out because that's really not pleasant. But if this is your first time watching, my voice doesn't normally sound like this. I also have tea in case I need it, so I'm good. Okay, so let's talk about flock. This is my 3rd time going to flock, which I've been every time they've had flock, and if I have my way, I will go every time there's a flock for the rest of all time. I don't know if that's realistic, but I love it so much. It is truly my favorite fiber festival. Granted, I don't have a lot of experience. I went to the second Woolen Folk, the one before it got really bad and then is no more. And I went to Rhinebeck once. And that's the extent of my experience. But I love flock. I love Seattle. And I've been fortunate to make some friends through the podcast. And so I get to see them every year in Seattle. So this year, my friend Ophelia, last year she and my mom and I went to Bellingham before flock. And so she picked us up at the airport and drove us up to Bellingham. This year I was texting her because I was like, hey, what are we doing? What do we want to meet up? And she was like, how about I pick you up from the airport? She's like, we'll make it an annual tradition. So she very nicely picked me and my mom up from the airport. And we went out to Bainbridge and got to do some shopping at Lamb & Kid and La Mercery. And we also went into Esther's Fabrics, which I didn't buy anything because, so last year was like a 4-day trip. Like we came early, we stayed a little bit later. I had a full suitcase on that trip. This trip, we flew Alaska Airlines for the first time, which they were great. I really liked them. But they do charge for check bags. And so we decided to, since we were only going to be there Friday and Saturday, to attempt to take carry-on only. And I'm actually really proud of myself. I did that. But I also knew like fabric is just heavier and it takes up more space. This tea is incredibly hot and I really want to drink some of it because now I can feel my throat getting scratchy. And I'm afraid I'm going to scald my tongue. Oh, it's so good. It's in my Disney marathon. I was just realizing it, so it tells you the year. It's 2024. It's a good thing it does that because I could not remember when I ran this thing. I mean, it was a monster race, and because it's in January and I did all my training the year before. Excuse me. This is the most I've talked in days because I've just been at home by myself watching a lot of YouTube, and the new Wednesday series is so good. Okay. But yeah, okay. So sorry, back to so I didn't buy any fabric, even though I wanted to, just because I knew I had limited suitcase space. But we did do some shopping, and then we came back later that evening. Every time I go through the Pike Market, and there's all those gorgeous flowers, like dahlias as far as the eye can see. I always want to buy some, but I'm always there temporarily, and so it seems silly. But I decided this time, even though we're only staying 2 days, I was going to get a big bouquet and then just leave it at the hotel for the cleaning staff. They may hate that, I don't know, but I did. I think I could have taken it on the airplane, but I would have had to hold it the whole time, and that just didn't seem like a good plan. So I did buy myself some flowers, and I figured I'd put them in the ice bucket at the hotel, and then we get there and there's no ice bucket, so we just used one of the trash cans. And it looked fine. But yeah, we got back, did a little bit of Pike Market shopping, and then went to dinner with Yeji from Handmade Co. She is a sweet friend I've gotten to meet through the podcast, and we had been messaging back and forth and decided to do dinner here. And then Ophelia came along with us to that as well. So we went to Din Tai Fung, which Ophelia introduced us to last year, and we're obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. The crispy green beans, I think they're called string beans. Honestly, my mom and I need our own orders because we could eat the entire plate ourselves. What else? Like, the dumplings are so good. Yeji introduced us to rice cakes. Oh my gosh, so good. And then when we were in our hotel, we stayed at the Hyatt. I think I already talked about this with my mom. Yeah, so okay, there's gonna be a clip later with my mom, and we talk about this, so I won't mention this. But yeah, so we got to go to dinner with her and Ophelia, with Yeji and Ophelia, and then we went to bed because Oklahoma's 2 hours ahead of Seattle, and so we were waking up at like 5 a.m. but also getting tired by about 8 p.m. So I think we went to bed at 8. So next day with Flock, it started at 10, but from 10 to noon was masked, and from noon on was not masked. And so it was like noon to 5. And so even though we only had Saturday at the marketplace, I really felt like 5 hours was probably enough. And neither of us really wanted to stand in the big line to get in. And we also both had some things we wanted to get in Seattle, like see. And so what we decided to do was to skip the masked time and come after. So we actually didn't get there until noon. Excuse me. So we went down to the market and did a little bit of shopping. We went to Freya, which is a little Scandinavian cafe. And my dad had requested some coffee from there, so we picked up some coffee, got some pastries. It was delicious. And then I went to the market and got myself some chuka cherries, which I guess I can show this all now. So chuka cherries are my jam, and the chipotle cherries are my favorite. So I got 2 bags of these. And then I haven't tried this yet, but this was from Freya. This was their they said roasted with huga and care. I love it. So this is our espresso beans. So I'm gonna make some of that. One thing I also show, I didn't buy this there because I did not have enough. I knew I wasn't gonna have enough suitcase space, but there's a cookie maker in the Pike Market called Bite Society. This is not a piggy bank, unfortunately. This is just a tin, but it's got like different little sea monsters and all the different things on there. So this is So they make different like shortbread cookies and they're amazing. So this isn't gonna look the best because they're just 4 little tins. So this, they have like before dinner and after dinner cookies. I think the one I always go for is the before dinner cookies because they're not as sweet. So let's see. So this included their 4, I think it's before dinner cookies. I could be wrong. There's the Bena wafer, open sesame, orange fennel, and chocolate chipotle. The chocolate chipotle is my favorite. If you can't tell, I like chocolate and spice. And then they had a limited edition. This is how their tins normally come if you get just one type of cookie. And so this one was this one was espresso. Yeah, espresso cookies. And they're just like get one. They're little shortbreads. So they're really good. I enjoy these. Last year I think I got 2 tins and just put it in my carry-on on the way home. But oh, and they sent me a little sticker too. It's a little flying fish. Okay, I'm gonna go get a cough drop. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Got a cough drop. It's amazing how like talking just dries your throat out and makes you want to cough. Okay, so that was like pre-flock, and then at noon we actually got back to our hotel a little early and then just decided to like chill for a little bit because we knew we were going to be like go until 5. So we got there this year. So if you guys watched my video from last year, I feel like a little background is necessary here. I bought a lot last year. Like honestly, probably too much. Definitely too much. And that's different for everybody. Like everyone has their amount of yarn that they're comfortable with. Obviously, I'm comfortable with quite a lot. But so last year, so backing up even further, 2023 was the year I decided to really make a big push and finish paying off all my student loan debt. And I did. And so 2023 was a year where I really didn't have much fun money because everything was getting thrown at my student loans. And then last year's flock was the first yarn festival I'd gone to being debt-free. Sorry, I just got distracted by these enormous bugs outside my window. They're like huge. Ugh. Yay, Oklahoma. Anyway, so that was my first like debt-free, let yourself go crazy, and I did. And I've used a lot of that stuff, but I obviously have not used all of it. And so this year, the biggest goal was don't buy as much as you did last year. I knew that I had a good chance of that because I had less suitcase. So like I have more space constraints. I also was only going 2 days as opposed to like 4 last year. And I also didn't have any like must buys this year. So last year, the biggest one was Explorer Knits. I needed to get some more pike place and gum wall to be able to finish that sweater. Where'd it go? That sweater, which I have. And I was worried they would run out of it. And so I made the beeline for them last year and stood in line for like 30 minutes to get it. But this year I was like, I actually had done the middle of the map pre-order and I haven't gotten it yet. So I was like, well, I don't need to buy anything there because I still have something coming like in the next month, from them. I didn't have any like sweaters that I was dying to buy yarn for. So I knew, like I'd made a list on my phone of things I wanted, but it was a pretty short list. And the biggest thing was don't buy DK because when I started doing my Ooey Gooey sweater, which is a sport weight sweater, I realized that most of this stuff, like this bottom, this whole section is sweater quantities. I realized almost all of this is DK. And so I was like, we don't need more DK. We need some sport weight or fingering weight or worsted weight or just variety. So that was kind of one of my goals. I kind of hit it. I also had some yarn that I knew I wanted to get other yarn to complement it. So that was part of it. And then I had a few notions that I wanted to get this year that I hadn't gotten last year. One of my other goals was, and I didn't hit this goal, I don't think I ever will. Last year, we were in the marketplace Saturday and Sunday. And I feel like we walked around and walked around and walked around and walked around and saw everything. And then people started posting their recaps and I was like, I didn't see that. Where was that? And I just realized, like, honestly, even if you go into every single booth and you look around, I feel like your brain just doesn't register things. Or you see something and you think, it's not for me. And then you see somebody else talking about it and you realize, no, I actually did want that. So my goal this year was to be observant and not miss out, and I still missed out. But that's okay. That's more reason to go back next year. Yeah, so let's see, before I get into the stuff, I do have one FO I want to show because it was the dress I wore to the marketplace on Saturday. And I will get into this more in detail on my next podcast where I actually go into depth about my whips and FOs and all that. But this dress I finished either the night before we left or like the day before. Like, it was right up to the wire because I tried to make this dress in a different fabric and I ended up not liking it. And so I had this stuff already this fabric already washed, and I made it. This is the Syd Tie Dress in Fabulism. Sorry, there's a hair. And I shortened it, so there's only one tier. This was the Swedish holiday fabric. Sorry, there's hair all over it. I haven't washed it since I wore it last. But I also modified the armhole and made it a little bit less deep. It's still a little too deep, but it's better. It only shows a little bit of my bra instead of showing all of my bra. I'm really proud of how I lined up my fabric in the front and like how even my stitching is. That looks so profesh. And I just lucked down on that. I also, like, can we just admire how well I matched my thread? Like, dang. I'm proud of that. But so when I bought this fabric, it felt wild. And I was like, ooh, I don't think I'm ever going to make that into a garment. That's a bit much. But then I made it and it's just perfect. It's also like, it complements my colors so well. Which is just, I've talked about this before. I had my colors done a few years ago and I hated it. It was not a good experience for a lot of reasons, but I was basically told pinks are not my color and I should not be wearing pinks. And I hated that because pink is my favorite color. I was also told that when my hair starts graying, I need to dye it because gray isn't my color. And that was kind of the point where I was like, this isn't for me. But like, I totally disagree. I think this pink is absolutely my color. And I think it looked really good on me. What is funny is I got more compliments on my dress and the tomato tote bag that I sewed than I had people coming up and recognizing me. It was hilarious, honestly. I just remembered I gotta go get when I start going through yarn, I need to have a receptacle, and it's usually my laundry basket, so I need to go get it. But yeah, I had people stopping me saying that they liked my dress or my bag. And that was just amazing. I love that so much, especially because last year at Flock, I was not sewing. I was starting to get the itch to sew, but I had not sewn anything. And I remember looking at all these people in their sewn garments and being so jealous, and it just felt so full circle this year, and I loved it. Also, while I was standing in line, where was I? At Farmer's Daughter Fibers, Andrea Mowry and a few other people were kind of standing kind of close, and she made eye contact with me and she was like, I love your dress. And I was like, kind of fangirled. And she came over and we talked about it for a while because I had seen her the day before on Bainbridge Island wearing her Donnie shirt, which looked amazing. And I was just like, that pattern hurts my brain so much to make. And I was so impressed with hers. And so we talked about that a little bit. She is genuinely like such a lovely human being. I think sometimes there's this fear that some of the like famous podcasters and like knitwear designers are going to be divas and they're not actually going to be as nice in person as they appear. And that is not true at all for her. She is absolutely lovely in person. But I still fangirled. The other thing I realized, and it wasn't till like the next day, I took no photos at the marketplace. I take that back. I took 2. One was of the first booth I went to. It was one little photo. And the second one was of some yarn from Ritual Dyes that I wanted to go back and buy. And then I forgot to go back and buy. That's it. That's the only photo. I did not take photos with anyone. I didn't take a photo with Andrea and Mowry. I didn't take a photo with Yeji. I mean, we took one. She took one at dinner. But I think I was in the moment so much that I literally forgot to ask someone for a photo. And part of me likes that because that means I was in the moment. But also part of me is like, you have no proof you met anyone. Like, I went up and talked to those twins who knit, who are also lovely. And I love their podcast. It didn't even occur to me to ask them for a photo. I just said hi and walked away. And I was just like, what? So I fail as a knit influencer in that way. So sorry, there are no photos. I've even watched other people's videos just to see if I can see myself in the background and I can't. So I'm like, you'll just have to take my word for it that I was at Flock, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go get my laundry basket and I'll be right back. Okay, we've got our laundry basket so I can keep dog hair off of all of this precious yarn. There is absolutely no way I can go in order. It's not gonna happen. I can maybe, I'll try to go in order by like day, maybe. So the first thing I'm gonna show is actually a gift. So this was given to me by Yeji. This is some Hazel Knits, who's local to Seattle. And this is the colorway Release. And the base is Artisan Sock, which is 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon. It is so soft. This is such a beautiful color. So she actually gifted, I mentioned this in the video with my mom, but so actually I won't say it again, but she gave my mom, or she gave us 2 full skeins and a mini. So I let my mom keep the mini and then I kept this. And this is gonna, like, honestly, I don't want to make socks out of this. It's too soft. I kind of want to make like a hat. This would be a really pretty hat, or mittens or something like that. It'd be really nice. It'd be nice. Like, I don't have enough for a sweater, but I could buy more and make a sweater. So thank you, Yeji. That was very sweet. She also, I might as well show the other stuff she gave us too. My mom, oh gosh, let's not break that. She also gave us this little, sorry. I don't know why Lolly's barking. I think it's a cat. So these are little tape measures. So the ear, make it come out, and then you push the nose and it goes back in. We couldn't decide if this is a koala or a Shiba Inu dog. I like koala, so I'm going with that. But these were super cute. She gave us something else too, and now I'm forgetting what it was. Oh, okay. She gave us some Korean sunscreen, which was awesome, but she gave it to me literally the day after we'd been all on the like ferry at Bainbridge, and the weather was so nice. I didn't even think about the fact that I was in the sun, and I got a sunburn. Like, it was just a little one, mostly on my nose, but it was like great timing after I have a sunburn. I feel like there was others. Oh, she gave us stitch markers too. Oh yeah, okay, I'm remembering it all now. So I'd already gotten some of these from her. She mailed me some, but they are these little flower, sorry, there's glare, flower stitch markers that are just precious, and I love them. And I'm so happy I got more of them. So thank you, Yeji. I don't know where to put all this stuff. And then She also got us some needle stoppers. They're so cute. Love it. So that was really fun. I'm gonna get some more tea because I feel my throat getting dry. Okay, so when we got to Bainbridge, the first place we went was Lamb & Kid, and I think that's my mom's favorite store on Bainbridge. It might be my favorite too, just because it's so bright. But I feel like last year we went really early on the ferry because we were already in Seattle that morning. And it wasn't very busy when we were there. This time we didn't get over there, I think probably until like 10. And it was packed. It was so busy. But it was still really fun. And it wasn't too busy to shop. It wasn't like you're elbows to elbows with people. It was just like, there's more people in the store than I'm used to seeing. But it's just, honestly, oh, that store is just such an explosion of color, and it is so fun and so joyful, and I love being in there. But one of the things I do when I see like a huge wall of rainbow colors is I think as a unit they're beautiful, and then sometimes I have a hard time picking. I just want it all. And I knew I would struggle with that. So I came with a plan. So I bought, oh, I'm gonna start an avalanche. I bought a sweater's quantity of Todd in Antique sometime last year, I think, or maybe it was this year. I don't know. At some point in the recent past, I bought a sweater's quantity of this because I had made a sweater out of this in Ooey, which is this bright red. I think it's this one up here. Yeah, this one. And I love it. I made the Monday sweater. I think it's a Monday sweater by Petite Knit. What I learned is this yarn grows a lot. So when I finished knitting the sweater, it was the perfect fit. And then I washed it and it became way too big. So I did go back and like take out some length in the sleeves, especially, but it's still, I like it. It's oversized. It's incredibly comfortable. And the other thing I was worried about with this yarn, because it's so soft, is I was worried it was going to pill, because it's 65% yak, 35% cashmere. So cashmere is a short staple length. It pills really bad. So I was really worried about it, but I think the yak in it must keep it from pilling, because my sweater has not pilled at all, like at all. So I knew I wanted another sweater quantity. I bought this. The color wasn't quite doing it for me. It's a little too yellow, I feel like, to be this close to my face. So, but I love the yarn. There's no way I was sending it back. So what I did was I decided I'm gonna pick out 4 colors in Todd that I can do a Fair Isle pattern with. So right now I'm thinking of doing Celeste by Petite Knit, but I haven't entirely decided yet. So I might do something else. But let me show you the colors I picked. Where'd they go? They are literally, there's no order to this pile. Oh gosh. Okay, so the first one I got was Plaid is my favorite color. Classic, great. And then I got Ginger Peachy. Sorry, I just like snotted. And then, okay, this one's kind of, no, this wasn't it. This is Grandma's Buttons. Also, it's come to my attention that I say buttons wrong, weird. I always say buttons instead of buttons. So apologies, that gets really annoying. Okay, this is where it gets funny. Oh gosh, so I got 2 skeins of each of these, and I grabbed these in a hurry. And as you can see, they are not the same, but they're close enough that I don't really care. So one of these, which one? This one is Waverly, and this one is Fox. So I don't think there's that big of a difference that it's going to make a big deal, especially when they're used in color work. There's almost like a little bit of a fade there. But that's the idea, is to do a Fair Isle with, oh gosh, it's hard to hold, with these colors. I just think this will be so pretty. I'm really looking forward to it. I did think, okay, if this bothers me that, let me get these in the basket. If it bothers me that these are too different, I can buy, I think the Waverly they have on their website. So I can just buy an extra Waverly. But I'm not really bothered by it. So I don't know when I'm going to get that cast on. Whenever I feel like it. So the other thing I bought there was a splurge, and I'm so happy I bought it. So I got some Percy, which is 100% cashmere. It's a sport DK, and you get 190 yards. So I got biscotti and radish. I think radish is my all-time favorite color for Lamb & Kid. It's just the perfect, like, peachy brownie pink. I don't really plan to use these together unless I run out of yardage. The idea is to make a hat with both of these, make separate hats. But it could also be cute to make this like the main hat and then make this like the cuff or something, or like the rim, the cast on edge or something. I don't know. But it's just got, it's so soft. It's got such a beautiful halo. I would love a sweater in this stuff, but again, it's 100% cashmere, so I would be a little bit worried about pilling. So I don't know that I'd do that. Okay. So that was Lamb & Kid. We went into the Mercery, but, so one of the things about Lamb & Kid is it's not always as easy to get their stuff online, because they do like dyed to order events, but they don't always have like their whole stock on their website. That's fun. But La Mercery pretty much does have most of their stuff on their website. So considering that I was going to be low on suitcase space, I decided that if it's something I really liked and I could get on their website, that I would just order it when I got back home. And then I got in there and they had a pretty decent line to check out. Like, obviously they're very popular. But I just decided, you know what, I can buy everything I want here online. So I kind of took pictures. The other thing is they have a lot of Knitting for Olive, which I also really wanted. But that day, Knitting for Olive was doing a thing where they 100% of their proceeds went to relief for Gaza. And so I had already decided that I was going to buy some Knitting for Olive through Knitting for Olive. So I did that. But the other thing I was a little bit bummed about, so the ampersand fibers, which is the shop yarn for La Mercery, they had 2 new bases that they were debuting at Flock, but they didn't have them in their shop, at least not that I could see, but they had them at Flock. But they still don't have them on their website, so I didn't end up buying any because it just didn't. And but I keep waiting to see if they'll put them on the website because I kind of do want to try it. But anyway, okay, so that's all I bought before Flock. I'm gonna go take a tea break and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so that was all of my shopping on Bainbridge. I've already shown you what I got at the Pike Place Market. I think at this point I'm just gonna separate things into yarn and notions just so it's like some sort of organized. This is literally gonna have no rhyme or reason to it, so sorry, I don't have enough. I'm just gonna go in the order it's laid out. So first thing I got, this is a dyer I've never bought from before, but I thought it was really pretty. So this is Fandom Fibers. And this is a self-striping sock yarn, which y'all know I'm obsessed with. This color is Superhero Sock. Superhero Sock. Is that the color? No, this is Totoro. Sorry. Just saw a bird out of my peripheral and I thought it was a bug and I almost screamed. It was like way up high, but it looked enormous. But yeah, so this is the first one. This is super soft. This is a 75-25 superwash merino and it's 437 yards. So I think it'll just be a really pretty pastel stripe. I had to restrain myself. She had a lot of really pretty colors, or they had a lot of pretty colors, and I almost bought several more, but I restrained myself. I only bought one. Okay, this one is also a new to me dyer. These colors were just speaking to me. And actually what's funny is at one point I kind of wondered if so I think last year I had a little bit of a palette where I tended to buy things in the same color family or color ideas. And for a while I was kind of starting to feel that way, and then I broke the mold. So I don't really have a clear palette. But these two, so this is made by Haley Bailey. Never bought from this dyer before, but these colors were next to each other and they were just calling to me. This just feels so 70s and I love it. This is DK. This is Sprout. This is Marigold. And it's all superwash merino. But I just thought, I don't know, I could put these together for something. I could make them separate. Guess with Taylor Swift's new album being orange colored or whatever, I love Taylor Swift, but I've never been like I'm not a Swiftie. But anyway, I don't know what these are gonna be, but they're just really pretty and they just felt so vibrant and fun. So those two. Okay, this one, there's a few from here. So last year I bought yarn from this company and I know, ironically I have not used it yet. it's sitting right in here. But I just thought their yarn is so special. I knew I wanted to buy some more of it this year. So I went to San Juan Woolworks and got some of their Spy Hop. Last year I got the oatmeal color, and this year I got the more gray colored color. I don't think they actually have a color name. Yeah, I don't think they do, because these are natural colors. So last year, where'd it go? This is what I got last year. Was the more oatmeal, and then I went for the gray this year. I did not get a sweater quantity, which I'm still kind of annoyed about. But I also knew going in, I can't get sweater quantities of everything. I don't have space for that. So I got two, kind of thinking I could make like a hat mitten combo or maybe a scarf or something like that. I believe this is DK. Yeah, it's DK. Oh, it's Mizzle. That's the colorway. I love that. It's a misty drizzle is a Mizzle. So this is 245 yards. So I have, 490 yards. So I can do something fun with that. So I'm really happy. Their booth was beautiful. It's always pretty. It's just very like natural, but everything just looks squishy and wonderful. So the other thing I got was some fiber. Oh, it's over there. Okay, so, oh gosh, last year when I was there, I got this. So this is some fiber. It's a Finn BFL cross wool. And I love that they put it in like a skein. I think that's really cute. So I knew I wanted to get some more of this because I didn't get enough of this to do much of anything. This is 4 ounces. But I didn't think, I remember the color, but I didn't think about, hey, remember what fiber it is? Because in my memory, there was only one, but there were several. So, oh, I just realized I bought this from a different company. So they were sharing booth space with San Juan, but this is from Skagit Woolens. So this is CVM Lincoln, or CVM Cross Lincoln, and it's 2 ounces. So I got 2 of these thinking, oh, this will be great. I thought, oh, these look different than last year because it's a different company. Very similar location. But I do think the colors are similar enough that I'll probably go ahead and like do 1 ply of this and 1 ply of this and make a 2 ply. So I think that'll be pretty. I don't know when I'm going to do that because actually my spinning wheel has been kind of staring at me lately. But I think what I've learned is in the summer, I prefer sewing, and in the winter, I prefer spinning. I don't know why. It's just, I think part of it is I like to wear woolly socks when I'm spinning. when you're pedaling in woolly socks. It just feels nice. And I don't want to wear wool socks right now. So at some point these will become, hopefully before next year. I mean, that's a goal. Before next year I'll spun this up. Okay, need more tea. I'm almost out of my cough drop too. Man, it just like, it does, I know I bought a lot, but it doesn't look like a lot. Okay, here's maybe one of the big differences from last year. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, I only bought 5 skeins of Spin Cycle, but I forgot. I only bought 5 skeins of the dyed in the wool. I bought more of something else. So I got some Nocturne, and this colorway is Slumber Party. So I got 2 of these just because they look so pretty. I did kind of get to their booth later in the day because it was just jam-packed earlier. So I feel like Spin Cycle is very much like skein to skein is going to be different. And there are going to be some skeins that really speak to you and some that don't. This one I thought was just really pretty with the purples and the golds and the blues. But I think because I did get there a little later, some of the, like, and there weren't as many that spoke to me. So I got this, and then I got the last 3 of this. This was Salty Dog. Yeah, Salty Dog. There's a hair. Sorry. I should. But these just seemed really fun and bright. They're slightly different. So they're not like the most matchy, but I don't know, I kind of like that. So those were the 3 like color changing ones that I got from them. But then as I was shopping, excuse me, there was one sweater. It's by Isabel Kramer. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce it. I will put it on the screen somewhere. If I can find a picture, I'll put a picture of it. But that sweater was kind of in the back of my mind. I knew I wanted to buy yarn to make that if I could find something I liked. It's a fingering weight sweater. But like, I knew as I was shopping that I didn't want to make it in fingering weight because I don't want to. I just finished knitting a fingering weight tee and it took forever. And that was on a US 4. And I think this one's knit on like a 3 or something. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. And so I saw this yarn and it hit me. I was like, I can just knit it in sport and knit a smaller size on a bigger needle. So this is the Spinster's Daughter, which is the Farmer's Daughter and Spin Cycles collaboration where Farmer's Daughter dyes it. And this color is Sinopa, which is really pretty. This was my like break the mold, don't do the same orangey color palette. But it was sitting right next to a different one, which was Fugitive. And I just thought these 2 look so beautiful. So the idea was that this would be my base and this would be my stripes in there. So the downside is that these are smaller skeins. So, oh man, I'm kind of ashamed of this, but I'm also kind of not. So this is all I got of the base color. Gosh. Oh, golly. Okay, so that's the base. And then I got 2 of the contrast color. I did kind of want to make the stripe a color changing. I couldn't really find one in the booth that I liked that was that same. Like I wanted it to look like this color family. So what I did is when I got home, I grabbed 2 of the Spin Cycle skeins I already had. So this one is Moonspun. Is that right? No, that doesn't sound right. Moonbeams. Moonspun is the DK, or is the Moondrake version of this. This is also Moondrake's shop color for Spin Cycle. So I kind of like that. But then I also have Unicorn, which is Do You Knit's shop color. I kind of like that too, but I don't know. I like this vibe. So I think I might do this. But Okay, I'm gonna shift things. We're getting to the end, guys. Believe it or not, we are getting to the end. Okay, so we also went to Farmer's Daughter's fiber booth, which was beautiful. I really wanted to buy a sweater quantity in, I think it was Reminisce or Recollect. Sorry, I gotta get another cough drop. Try not to crinkle too much, guys. Really wanted a base, or like they had like a, what was it called? I think it's called Daddy State of Mind, which honestly confuses me. I'm sure there's a reference there, I just don't know it. But it's just like amazing lime green. I really wanted a sweater quantity in it, but and I could have done a little bit of digging, but I think we were starting to get kind of tired. And they don't actually list the weight of the yarn anywhere on the label that I could find. I don't know if this one does it too, where they give you, see, this one tells you, so I got some Bear Paw DK because I've never tried it before. It is 20% yak, 20% silk, and 60% superwash merino. It's 231 yards per 100 grams. So I will say this, first of all, that label, that font is tiny, tiny. And so I did not bring my readers with me. And I can read it, but just barely. But for some reason on Reminisce, they tell you how many yards per ounce. And I was like, but how many grams? Because I'm used to seeing this like per 50 grams. I'm not used to seeing per ounces. And so I was another lady there with me too, and we were sitting there going, so is it DK or is it fingering? And I think it's sport, but I don't remember now. But that was kind of the main thing that I didn't, and I could have looked it up. I could have asked someone at the booth. They were all very helpful. But I just thought I just remembered something. My mom's gonna kill me for talking about this. So she wanted to find a navy blue yarn to make I almost said an oogly goo. She keeps calling the ooey gooey the oogly googly, and now that's what I just almost called it. But she wanted to get some navy blue for her base color, and we were inside the booth, and I saw a pile of this navy blue that somebody was buying. So they were at the checkout counter, had it piled up on the counter to buy it, and they had it set up to where basically like the whole booth was like a big U. And so the checkout counter, I think it was Candace's daughter was manning it, and then people were checking out outside the booth. But I saw the navy blue and I pointed it, I was like, oh, that would be a good one for you. And so she just reaches over Candace's daughter and like grabs the skein and starts looking at it. And I was like, that's somebody's order. Like, put it back. And yeah, everybody was really confused for a second. And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that. Like, it was just taking yarn off of someone's checkout counter. Anyway. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't end up asking about the, I think it was Reminisce, but it is tickling the back of my brain. And I don't need it right now, but it's really tempting to not buy it. Really tempting to buy it. Tempted to buy it. It's hard to resist to not buy it. Anyway, so this colorway is Mars of Us. I just thought this is so soft. And it's just so shiny and pretty because of the silk. I thought this would make a really good hat, and it would be a really good color. So I'm gonna have a lot of hats this fall. Okay. So one booth that I really wanted to see was Fiber MacGyver, because I've heard a lot from it from Emily, who's the botanical knitter, but I had never tried their yarn before, and I knew they were going to be vending. So we went to their booth, got to see Emily, also forgot to take a picture with her, classic. She's also absolutely lovely in person, as well as on her podcast. But so this was, I think, actually my first purchase at Flock. I got drawn in by this color. Surprise. This is the Shiniko fingering, which I had never heard of Shiniko before this. Apparently it is a oh gosh, it's a cross or like a variation of a very popular breed, but it is grown, milled, and dyed in the US. So 100% US fiber, which is really cool. It's really soft. And it's got a little bit of like a fuzzy halo, like almost slightly felted, but it's so pretty. So this was the first one that called to me, and this was the second one. And I love it. So this is Oscar, like Oscar the Grouch. And then this is Perfect Pink. So I actually got, because I was like, in my mind, I was like, do not buy sweater quantities. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I love them both. I might make like a striped tee. That would be kind of cute. I have enough I could probably do, because this fingering weight, how much is it? 450 yards? That's a lot. So I've got 1,800 yards. I can make a whole sweater with this. I don't know what I would make, but I've got enough. Oh, sorry, it's noon in Oklahoma on a Saturday, so the tornado sirens are going off. Okay, I will be right back when those sirens are over. Okay, I'm back. In case any of you don't know what that was, in Oklahoma, they test our tornado sirens every Saturday at noon. So it's not actually a tornado. It's just to make sure the sirens work, which I wish someone had told me that when I was a freshman in college and had not grown up in Oklahoma. Because I definitely started to hightail it for the basement and was wondering why no one else was panicking until someone was like, you idiot. They're testing the sirens. There's no tornado. It made a lot more sense. Okay, we're down to the final two yarn purchases, sort of. There's one more. So one of the booths that I really wanted to see, because I've never seen their yarn in person, was the Wandering Flock. And I have bought their yarn before, but I've never seen it like in a booth in person. So I just want to squish everything. All of their yarn, I'm pretty sure, like all of their wool yarn is super fine or extra fine merino. So it's incredibly soft, which is lovely, but it means I don't want a sweater out of it, because in my experience, the really soft yarns pill like crazy and they almost take some of the joy out of wearing the sweater. So I did not get a sweater quantity, but I got enough to make some accessories or something. So this one really called to me. This is the DK and this is highlighter. I just love the neon flecks in it. So I got 2 of these. I was also kind of fangirling in that booth because those twins who knit were both, Rachel and Jessica, were in there. And I was like trying to shop, but also like, trying not to fangirl too hard. So yeah, so I got 2 of those, and then I could not resist this. I thought it was too pretty. This is the same yarn in Poppy. These probably won't go together. I don't know, maybe they will. But yet again, a hat. My 9 million hats. This could be for my littlest niece for Christmas, the sweater. I don't know if I would have enough, actually. I could probably buy more off her website if I needed to. This is 230 yards a piece, so I've got 460. That might be cutting it close, but maybe I could use some of the other Wandering Flock I have and kind of like do different arms or something like that. I don't think she would mind that. But yeah, maybe she'll get a hat, maybe her hat and sweater, since the other niece is getting the full set per her request. Okay, so the last one, I'm also really excited about this one. This one, like, looking back, this was the one that I think I was the most bummed I didn't get more of, to the point that I've actually already bought more online. So I've never shopped from them before. So this is Tumalo Fibers from Bend, Oregon. And I got the Wee Wonder, which is 100% Shetland. This is the fingering weight one. I think they have a Wee Wonder DK. And this is conifer, which makes perfect sense. This is incredibly squishy. Like, it's a bit toothy. This is one I could not wear unless it was cold. But it's not like, it's soft. It's not rustic in the sense that this doesn't feel like carpet. But it's just got a nice bounciness to it. So this was the first color I was drawn to. This was the second color. So there was a bit of a pink and green theme going on for a while. This is watermelon. And this one just takes the cake for me. It's kind of in the vein of Radish from The Lamb and Kid. It's this like slightly brown, reddish pink. I love it. So this one, I bought more of. On their website, so this is fingering weight. So how many yards is this? It is 382 yards. So it's a little bit of a more plump fingering weight. Maybe like bordering on a sport weight, but I didn't want to knit a fingering weight. I wanted to hold it double, and I forget what patterns I was looking up, but essentially I was gonna need like a total of 8 skeins or something like that, something ridiculous. I think I did my math wrong, but I had one, and I looked on their website, they had 7, so I bought all 7. I probably gonna have way more than I need, and in that case, maybe I'll de-stash it or something, or maybe I'll just use it for other, like, mittens or something. But this stuff, I wanted to go through their booth and just squish everything. It all was so soft, but, like, it actually felt like wool. And I love that. Like, I like buying woolly wool. So, yeah. So those are my last fiber purchases. I have one more that's part of the giveaway. I'm not going to show that. I have all of my accessories and like notions, so I'm going to go through those also in absolutely no order. So this one was from Shelly Can, and I don't need more stickers, but these fish are all in knitwear, and I just thought that was so cute. Her little setup too, her setup at her booth was really cute. It looked like fish in like aluminum tins on ice. It was cute. So I got that. One of the first booths I went to, where's my other stuff in here? Let me find it. I've got my stuff in a couple different bags right now. Okay, so I knew I wanted to go by the Catagolda booth. So she is a fiber artist that does botanically dyed wool and then embroiders it. So this is a little scissor case. So I also love that these scissors, they have a little thing on them, but they have like the tiniest little snip. So they're definitely airport approved. But then she makes this really cute little pouch to put it in. She had lots of different ones. I just realized it's blue on the inside. Oh, so cute. So I got that, and then I got a tape measure because listen, my nieces love to play with these. I also like, I'm an OCD person. When people do this, that drives me crazy. Like, pinch it in and pull it out. Well, that didn't make it any better, but okay. Normally they don't make any sound, but I don't like that clicky sound when people pull it out. My nieces love that sound, and so when they find these at my house, they just, they have broken so many of these. So I knew I needed more of them, and then this was just too pretty to say no to. And then she also had this kit that you can sew your own little Christmas house, or like Christmas ornament, or whatever you want them for, little houses, and they were so cute. So I got that too. Okay. Then I got some soap from Herd Supply. So I got the Mildred bar soap, which is orange and bergamot. And I can't smell very well right now, but it smelled beautiful. I also just love the name Mildred. So I don't know if this is body soap or oh, is this, yeah, it's for your body. I thought this was for your wool, but I guess you could use it for either. Okay, the other thing I got was also from Made by Haley Bailey, and this was wool refreshing spray. And this one was, I think, a pine. Oh, it was a winter birch, so it smelled very piney. So you just spray this on your knits to make them smell better, and I like that. Okay. So because I bought so much at Spin Cycle, I got a little baggy bag. So, perks to spending a lot of money. Okay, the last one in this bag was from Department of Work. And I'm going to take this off so I can actually take these out. So they sold buttons. And now that I'm sewing, because let's be real, I don't like knitting cardigans. Maybe I'll change my mind, but right now I don't enjoy them. So they had lots of buttons, and I started grabbing them because, so the first time we went by them, they were packed. And we went by close to the end, and they didn't have very many people in the booth, so I was like, this is my time. And I couldn't see prices at first, and so I just started grabbing things and just really hoping I wasn't about to spend $300 on buttons. But then I started to check out and realize all the prices were written on the back. So I just got things that spoke to me. So I got some little coral buttons. These are fabric covered, like mustard. Love. These look like those gumdrop candies. You like the ones that like come on a big belt and you like the little dots in color. That's what these look like to me, only bigger. Those never tasted good anyway, but those look cute. These are kind of their counterpart. And then these were another kind of peachy one. I thought were really cute. And this was an impulse buy right at the end. And I think it might have been the most expensive one. I don't know. It doesn't have a price on it. Oh, there it is. Oh, it wasn't. These are some little brass buttons. I just thought these were kind of cute. Just realized they have an eagle on them. I didn't even notice that when I bought it. I think I had them upside down. So, got several buttons. I'm excited about those. Okay. Oh, I just emptied out this bag, so now I can show it. Okay, so last year, when Ophelia picked us up, she had sewn us bags, which were amazing. They were like quilted bags, so good. This year's bag is exceptional. And I actually felt bad giving her the bag I made that was so much more simple. This is just like next level. So first of all, I mean, the prints are just spot on. It's like the perfect, like this held all of that spin cycle I bought. So this holds a lot of yarn. It has snaps that work. Like, so impressed by the snaps. And then inside, you've got 2 mesh pockets, also more cute fabric, and then a zipper pocket that has different fabric on the inside. It's so cute. And it zips up so you can like hold all your treasures. I mean, it's amazing. I love it. So thank you, Ophelia. This was such a cute bag. I'm totes using it. Okay. I have a few more notions and then we'll talk about the giveaway. So this was actually, we got this from buying yarn at Fiber MacGyver. So I guess she has a little yarn truck that she's called Madge, and so she has needle stoppers in the shape of Madge. And then, what does this say? Oh, it's the Madge badge. Okay, I should take it out and show you. So there's a little sticker. It says the Madge badge. So cute. And then little try-on cords. So she gave this to me when I bought my yarn, and my mom was just standing next to me, and she just handed her one. My mom was like, no, I didn't buy anything. She's like, it's okay, you can have one. It's so sweet. So my mom was like super pumped about that. Okay. I have no idea where I bought this. Really, truly. Does it say? Nope. I don't know where I bought this. But these are some sewing labels that I thought were super cute. Little strawberries. Obviously, I'm in a strawberry mood. Okay. Oh, we're down to my last one. Dang. Okay. That went so much faster than I thought it would. Okay, so these I saw last year, and I didn't buy them because I thought, well, this is kind of silly. Why would you buy these? They might break. But the more I thought about it, I thought, no, these are beautiful. I really want some. So this is from Fiber and Flame. So these are glass stitch markers. But like, look at the cute little bottom that's like orange. And then I got some that are smaller size that are green. I thought those were so pretty. And then I heard somebody asking a question about these, and I thought, oh my gosh, they have those? So they have cable needles that are glass. This does scare me a little bit because I can be a tight cable knitter. So I'm gonna have to be careful with that because I really don't want to break that in the middle of knitting. Okay, that is it for things I bought myself. So I did want to do a giveaway for people who did not get to go to Flock. So I'm not going to fact check you here, but please don't enter if you didn't go to Flock, or if you did go to Flock. This is for people who didn't get to go. So I wanted to get something that was specific to Flock, and also something that I would want to knit with. So I got some Explore Knits and Fibers in their Flock colorway. So this is the Denali sock. It was really pretty. And then this is the Surrey alpaca lace. Coordinates a much lighter, but I think it's still really pretty. So this is the yarn. And then this one, I saw these last year and I didn't understand what they were. And then I learned about it and I was determined this year I wanted to get one because I think they're just so cool. So this is a bag or a little like notions pouch from Coletta Designs. So she actually weaves this fabric from yarn and then like sews it on the back. I just think that's so pretty. And then like she actually uses Fabulism fabric on the inside. So it's totally lined. It's got wax canvas on the back. And this is actually incredibly, which it makes sense that this is soft because it's yarn. And I actually saw her, because I bought this at the end of Flock, because I kind of hemmed and hawed about it, like which one did I want a little bit. And when I came back, she had her loom out and she was literally making the fabric, which was so cool. So these are the giveaway from Flock this year. So to enter, all you need to do is make a comment. And the question I would like you to answer is, if you were going to Flock and you could only buy one thing, what would you buy? It can be not just one skein, like anything, like one purchase, what would it be? That is I don't know that I could answer that if I'm being honest. That's a hard question. But I will, so like always, I will not DM you and ask you for personal information. So please, 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 if someone does that, that's not me. Do not give your personal information away. When I come back next week on podcast for the podcast anniversary, I will announce the winner that I will choose for. I'll use a random comment picker, and I will choose the winner that way. I will put the person's name in the comment they made, so don't say anything inappropriate on screen. And then you can email me in the email in the description below. We'll figure out shipping and all that. I will not ask you to pay for shipping. This is a freebie. So please, please, please don't give anybody your credit card information. This is a gift. But yeah, I will draw that right before I start posting next week. So you have till next Saturday morning, to get your comments in. Next week is the podcast anniversary. It's actually the 21st is the podcast, third year anniversary of the podcast, which is wild, y'all. Wild. Like, I am an introvert, and the fact that I am cool with like recording myself talking and putting that out on the internet is just kind of wild to me. But I'm so glad that I did, because I've gotten to meet several of you. I get to benefit from your collective wisdom, which is just lovely. I also forgot to mention this. Thank you guys. If you came up and said hi to me at Flock, I apologize if I was awkward. I feel like I was a few times, but I like genuinely love getting to meet you guys. So thank you for that. And I hope next year I get to meet more people. But yeah, so I've loved getting to be a part of this community. I think it's such a unique and lovely community. So I want to give back, and I'll talk more about that in the next podcast. I haven't 100% decided, but I think I know what I'm going to do. The other thing is I am literally staring at a giant pile of de-stash that I need to photograph and get posted. That will not be before next week. I will give you warning. It will be on a weekend because I've learned from experience that those things sell so fast that I have to be on top of it. And I cannot do that when I'm at work. So, it might be next weekend. It just depends how stressed out I am and if I've had enough time to photograph and like organize myself. I think I mentioned this before. So shipping will be a little bit higher this year just because I've learned that it has to be. It's also going to have to be within the US just because of all the craziness right now with tariffs. So I don't, and international shipping is just much more expensive. So it's going to be within the US, but I will not just spring it upon you. I will give warning. I think that's it. Oh, I did. Okay. So I just realized this. So I bought the t-shirt from Flock this year. I don't love it. I've started seeing this happening with a lot of t-shirt manufacturers that they choose a fabric blend that's primarily polyester with a little bit of cotton. And I don't like those shirts. They're just not very comfortable. They feel synthetic. I don't know. And so unfortunately this year the Flock shirt was mostly polyester. I love the design, but I think what the result is that the t-shirt feels a lot thinner. So it's a little bit see-through. But it just doesn't lay right. It doesn't feel comfortable. I didn't buy the sweatshirt this year and I'm a little bummed about that. But I also kind of thought I'll buy a t-shirt or a sweatshirt when I'm in Flock. Like I'll see one that I like. And then I kind of didn't see any. If there were some, I missed them. But we were in the airport on the way out. We had about 45 minutes before our flight and we walked by this really cute shop. I bought some stickers from them too, but they're downstairs. But they had this sweatshirt and I bought it and I just thought it was so cute. It was very me in the colors. It's definitely like way oversized. The sleeves go like way past my hand, but I think this one will shrink when I wash it. So I need to wash it and shrink it. But so I got my sweatshirt. Regardless. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go try to edit this behemoth. I actually don't know how long this is because I've been stopping and starting, and so it's in clips. But I hope you guys have a good week. I will see you back in a week. Hopefully I will sound normal again and not need cough drops to get through this podcast. I'm gonna try to put away all of this yarn now and go work on my Ooey Gooey, not Oogly Googly. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a good week. I hope that you get some time to be around people you love and you get some time to move your body. And I'll see you guys back. Bye. Oh, I'm going to put my clip with my mom at the end. I keep forgetting that. Or I don't know where I'm going to put it. You may have already seen it. But if you haven't, keep watching. I'm going to put my clip I recorded with my mom so you can see what she got at Flock. Okay, bye.
I just did my hair today.
Okay. All right. As requested, I have my mom back. She's gonna show what she got from Flock and her FO and that she wore to Flock, and then a couple other little things. So why don't we start with your FO?
It is the Rota tank.
It's Rota, right?
I think so. I can't even remember who it's from because I didn't look again. But
I'll link it in the description.
There you go.
Yeah.
With ritual dye
Undine
Undine DK.
that she bought last year at Flock.
Exactly. To do this shirt because my friend Ophelia was wearing one and I liked it.
Yeah.
So I did that all by myself. That's one of the first garments I've made.
And look, afterwards she was texting me and like showed a picture and I was like, that is an all over lace tank. And you did it. And she's like, oh, I didn't know I was doing lace.
I didn't know I was doing lace, but
so like, look at her.
it was a lot of fun.
It was.
A lot of fun.
Okay. You want to talk about?
Okay. This is Chelsea's shirt, but
so this is the Vibes tee. This is by Tif Neilan. I actually tested this. And when we went to Lamb and Kid the first day, and they had a sample of this, and she really liked it. So she brought yarn to make it.
Cute. Yeah, I love that store, Lamb and Kid. I love it. I love it.
It's so colorful.
It is so fun to go in. This will be my main color.
And this is all trio, which is 70% merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And this is cornflower. So there's that.
And then those are the 3 stripes, and one is,
let's see, we got
Pesca and Bellini and Marooned.
So
those will be my stripes. Yes.
So it is really hard to pick colors when you're looking at that giant rainbow wall. Just like,
so I just had to go pick what I liked and just hope it goes together. So
yeah, I think it'll look nice.
And then I'm going to do the...
I'm going to wait and let you try to say it.
I'm going to do the Ooey Gooey.
Yeah, she's been calling it the Oogly Googly.
I don't know why. It got in my head, Oogly Googly. I love that sweater. I saw it so many times at Flock. In short sleeve, long sleeve. I fell in love with it. I have never done... I can do stripes a little bit, but I've never done...
stranded color work.
Stranded color work. Yeah. So this will be interesting. My main color is going to be this navy blue from Hazel Knits.
So this is 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, and it's the small batch sport. And oh gosh, I should have brought my readers. What's the color?
The color is in the navy.
Oh,
in the navy.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. There you go.
Close up on that.
And I have some spin cycle at home. One is Sweetwater, and the other one, Pinky Swear.
She'll give me pictures. I'll put them up.
Yeah, I don't have those. Those are already at home. But yeah, I'm really excited to start that. I've never done that before.
And Hazel Knits, I think, is local to Flock. Like they're made in Seattle, I think.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun.
Seattle. I had never bought from Hazel Knits, so I wanted to buy from some that I didn't have, and so I did that. And they have some lovely yarn. A lot of places, had lovely yarn.
I know.
Lovely yarn.
I know.
And my friend Ophelia made me a project bag.
So Ophelia, I met her at the first Flock. She lives in Seattle, and she watches my podcast. So hi. And we met up and had dinner. And then last year I brought Mom and we went to Bellingham, and she picked us up at the airport and came up to Bellingham with us.
Yes.
And then this year, when I was texting her to see what we wanted to do this year, she was like, do you want me to pick you up from the airport? We could make it a tradition. So,
yes.
So she made us bags last year, which were great. And then this year, honestly, I'll have to show you guys mine another bit. It floored me how good these are.
Yeah, they're so beautiful. They're inside. They have pockets. I'll let you show.
Yeah, so it's got these, and it's got snaps.
It's just
so you can it's just cool.
It is. It's beautiful.
And it's got little mesh pockets. It's got a zipper pocket with different fabric. Well, yours is the same fabric. Mine is different fabric. But it's just so pretty, and it's so well made. So
yeah, I love it. I love it, Ophelia. And then we met and had dinner on Friday night with
Yeji from Handmade.
Yes.
Co.
And she gave us some yarn, which I do have mine up here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I gave Chelsea and I kind of split some Hazel Knits.
So when she told us what was in the bag, she said the hazelnuts were local, and I'm like, oh sweet, I love hazelnuts. And then we're unpacking the bag later, and I thought, there aren't any hazelnuts in here. Did someone accidentally eat them and forget to put them in? And then I started thinking about it. It was hazel knits.
Hazel knits. So yeah, this one is a sock. It's called Starry Night.
And this was actually, we were looking for your yarn. This was one of them we looked at, but this one's a little more variegated.
Yeah. And then just a little
mini
called Joyride.
So make a nice pair of socks.
Yep, exactly.
And I kept one that's a lighter blue, so I'll show that another time.
And she gave us a cute little bear keychain that has a
tape measure.
Thank you, tape measure. Pushes little nose, it comes back. I love that. It's so much fun. My grandkids will love it too. That's the scary part. And
they break those with alarming frequency.
Some needle stops and some lovely.
There's a cute little.
Lovely.
Oh, it's not gonna. With both our faces, it won't.
Oh, how funny! And then some little ones that she made. They're like little tulips. They're so cute, so cute.
Yes.
So thank you, Yeji. Thank you, Ophelia. That was wonderful. I had so much fun.
Eat Syd Tie Fung, which
Oh my goodness.
the Krispy Kreme beans are just to die for.
And this year, Krispy Kreme beans.
I said green beans.
Oh, I thought you said cream beans, or like Krispy Kreme beans.
Krispy Kreme beans.
That's so good.
When we were in the elevator, we stayed at the Hyatt by the convention center, and when we were in the elevator going down, I think the first day, there was a lady in there, and I don't know how we got talking about Syd Tie Fung, but she said the chocolate dumplings are so good, you should get them. And I've had sweet dumplings before I did not like, so I was a little dubious. Get them. So good.
Amazing. And get the cream.
Yeah, there's a salted caramel whipped cream.
Oh my goodness.
Which I don't usually like either, but this was really good.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I love that place.
Yeah.
So we have next year to look forward to.
I've literally already booked our hotel.
Yay! We had so much fun.
Yes.
And the weather was perfect. Thank you, Seattle.
Yes. I actually got sunburned on my nose when we went out to Bainbridge, because here, if you go outside for 15 minutes, you're like dripping in sweat and just feel disgusting, and so you want to go inside. There, it was just nice.
It was so nice.
And so I didn't even think about being outside. And then what's really funny is Yeji also gifted us some Korean sunscreen.
Yeah, that was so cool.
It felt really appropriate as I'm like sitting at dinner with a burnt nose.
Very nice. Very nice.
But yeah, so we'll have to bring Mom back at some point in the future.
We'll get my oogly googly sweater done. My ooey gooey. We'll see how well I do on that. So
she'll do great. All right, see you guys.